Hey everybody, Harold here. I want to start a new series today called Advanced Dax Made Easy. I've seen a lot of videos on the more advanced DAX functions. They're too technical, too twisted and complicated, and don't provide real world use cases. So I wanted to do a series where I explain these functions in easily understood terms and show you how to use them in some common situations. Some great functions out there people are reluctant to use because they think it's maybe too advanced for them. Well, I want to take that fear away. So let's get started. Today's function is TREATAS. Microsoft Learn says it does this. Applies the result of a table expression as filters to columns from an unrelated table. What? I'm probably losing you already. I could start in on row and filter context, cardinality, etc., and really bore you. But all this says is treat the data in the unrelated table the same as you would treat the data in a related table. The arguments are just a table expression, like say the distinct values from a column or columns, and then a column or columns from the other table. When you apply this in a measure, you can filter the data in your unrelated table the same as you would filter the data in a related one. Well, I've seen a lot of examples where they just use TREATAS to filter a table created from a related table, like take two colors out of the color category and the total sales for those colors. That's usually something you can do with a simple calculate, not really something you would want to do for a real world case. So I want to show you a real world use case with a table that is not related to the model and cannot be related to the model. And the only thing you could do would be to use TREATAS. So let's go to the DAX. So here we are in Power BI, and I've got a simple table up here. The data I'm using is from VentureWorks database. I'll put a link to the files in my GitHub repository in the description. The model, I have sales data and a calendar table. The lowest level of detail, and this is a hard word, but you need to know it, or granularity in my date table is day, as you can see from our date hierarchy here. The problem is somebody handed me a budget spreadsheet and they wanted to include it in the model, be able to analyze it against our cost and revenue. So I'm going to show you this spreadsheet they gave me here in table view. It's called the AdWorks budget. It's got year and month, budgeted cost, budgeted revenue. As you can see, there is no date granularity. The budget is not done by day, it's done by month. And they want me to see how they did compared to their sales. So I need to relate this. So let me show you in model view. Here's my AdWorks budget table. Here's my calendar table. And there's no way to relate this to my model. Well, you could, might try this. There's no date, which date is used to relate. All the other date relations are used by date. If I try to drag month to month, uh-oh, big yellow warning. This is a many to many, only to be used, etc., etc. I don't want to do this. It could mess up my model. I'm not going to do that. Let's try, try year to year. Same thing. Don't want to do that. So what am I going to do? Well, Since I don't want to mess up my model, I can use a DAX function called TREATAS. So back to our visual view, I've got a table here with cost and revenue by year and month. If I just go to AdWorks budget and drop in budgeted cost and budgeted revenue, well, you'll see I get one figure for every month. It's not the figure in my table I showed you before. It's because there is no relation between the calendar table and the AdWorks budget table. So let me just take those back off. So what I need to do is create new measures for the budget cost and revenue and be able to compare them month by month to the total cost and revenue. So what I'm going to do here, start with the budgeted cost. I have written these measures. Let me blow this up. I'm going to explain it rather than write it with you word for word. You can do that on your own. You can pause, copy it, and follow along with the explanation. Because I find that many people, myself included, miss the point, getting bogged down, trying to get the syntax and constantly rewinding and pausing. So here we go. Budgeted cost. To get the desired result, I had to calculate the sum of the budgeted cost in the AdWorks budget. Pretty easy. I'm calculating the sum. The first filter on the calculate is the treat as. The table expression, if you haven't used summarize before, it's just a way to create a virtual table with columns of your choice. It's a summarized table of the calendar lookup table of the columns calendar lookup year and calendar lookup name. I want to treat AdWorks budget year and AdWorks budget month the same as I would calendar lookup year and calendar lookup month. Then that's the first filter to my calculate. The second filter to my calculate, I want to filter down to the month level, so I use calendar lookup name. So I've calculated the sum of the AdWorks budgeted cost. I want to treat those columns in that table, month and year, the same as I would treat calendar lookup month and year, which are related to my table. That way, they'll behave the same when I filter them. I hope that's clear enough. Let's drop that in our table and I'll show you. Budgeted cost. Drop it here. Let's move it up next to total cost. Okay. It's matching up month by month using the calendar lookup year and month, not the AdWorks budget year and month. I want to do the same for revenue. Just change it to revenue. I just copied and pasted. Same formula. Calculate the sum of the AdWorks budgeted revenue. Treat those year and month columns in that table the same as I would calendar lookup year and month. Filter them by month name. So we'll drop budgeted revenue in also. And there we go. Then I could do something like, I don't know, compare it on a monthly basis in a column chart like this here. Beautiful. Total and budget, exceeds higher or lower. Do a line chart. Do more calculations, the differences, variances, percentages. Just beautiful. So I hope that was clear. To sum up, if you have a table you can't relate due to issues such as granularity, TREATAS is a great solution. But remember, a physical relationship, if possible, is always better than a long distance one. I mean, virtual. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody.